Sandra from Asexualized, My Asexual Life. This is a place to be education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey, which is why I'm wet, especially for you, to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please hit the great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as we go along. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this beautiful book, Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and A Celebration of Asexual Diversity. I'm also the founder of asexualise.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy. If you didn't know what asexuality is, it's a sexual orientation that is the lack of sexual attraction. And I thought that yesterday was the last day of Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month and didn't realise that it's 31 days in July, and so today I've still got to do another live stream later for Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month. I don't know where my mind was at, but as you can tell, I'm soaking wet because I've just come back from a nightclub, so it completely went out of my head that there's 31 days in July. So that's quite amusing. So everyone's probably thinking, why was that last Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month date yesterday? Because it's now the Wednesday. Anyway, I'll be doing another live stream later on and put my brain back in gear. But I'll do this special episode. So I told you I was going to a nightclub, and I haven't been for a very long time, and I am asexual, not sexual. But obviously it was a sexual nightclub. And I thought you might like to know what that feels like to be in that environment as an asexual cougar. And I've said that specifically because, you know, some people have a lot of problems with the word cougar. I don't. I really, really don't. I like to separate myself from all the other asexuals that are not very age specific. And I get fed up of being on asexual dating sites if people don't know that I'm interested in younger guys. Asexual cougar, not sexual cougar, just really highlights that I'm not interested in older guys. And you know, that was the revelation tonight. I really can't be with an older guy. I am definitely 100% an asexual cougar. I'm attracted to younger guys in their 20s. I'm not attracted to older guys. I'm not physically attracted. In fact, I'm physically repulsed. To be physically close, I can't be physically close to them. You know, I know people are like, you know, even some of my friends are like, oh, why don't you try an older guy and stuff like that? And I thought that I would like an older guy, maybe if he was foreign, but no. So tonight, I mostly danced on my own. I really enjoyed it. I look a lot at the pictures around me and stuff like that. There's a mirror, so I can dance, look at myself in the mirror. And there was this older foreign guy who decided to start dancing with me, right? And I was okay with him holding my hands. That was it. And as soon as he tried to stop pulling me, he was really strong as well towards him, towards his crotch. I was literally trying to get away from him. Like, had that been a really young foreign guy, I wouldn't have really minded as long as I found him aesthetically attractive. But an older guy like that, he must have been in his 30s. I just couldn't hack it. Maybe older than that, you know, and I just didn't want to be near his crotch. And I tried to tell him twice, and the third time was just like, no, and he went off in a right half, and I couldn't care less, because he was very strong. I don't like guys like that because they can force you into sexual situations that you don't want to be in. So I had to make it perfectly clear I'm really not interested. You know, I was trying to tell him quite a lot I wasn't interested. I think he was still, I was playing hard to get. But then the final time was like, no, you know, and just like, I'm not interested. And, you know, that was really difficult. But I have learned a lot from myself tonight. And that was really, I have to be with a younger guy. I can't pretend to be someone I'm not. I can't pretend to like older guys or anywhere near my birth certificate age. I just can't find them attractive. You know, I really can't find older guys or anywhere near my birth certificate age attractive. I just can't, you know, and when you've got older guys like that and you only into younger guys, it just repulses me. I realise that obviously I'm older, so there'll be younger guys that are repulsed by me because I'm an older woman. I know that'll work both ways as well. I appreciate that. And I don't have any problem with that, you know, because I understand because I'm repulsed by older guys. But, you know, there's so many women that are into older guys. I just can't stand it. I really can't stand it. So there was a situation where there was some younger guys who decided to dance with me, but they didn't go really close to me, which was really nice. They just liked my dancing. I think they were Indian, actually. They were like very early 20s. And then there was this young guy who was getting close to me, but he was young and British, like in his very early 20s. And I was even okay with that because he was younger, you know. But there was a time when I had to pick between the younger British guy and the foreign guy, and I picked the foreign guy. Well, there was more than one, but there was one who really liked me more than the others. You know, I picked the foreign guy because obviously I'm more attracted to coloured skin and foreign guys. But, you know, at one point it was very difficult because there was a younger guy that came dancing near me, and I was like dancing down a little bit on his leg a little bit, but without kind of really touching it. It got a bit too sexual for me. And then the older guy came behind me, and I was like in a sandwich. I'm like, this is like a sexual wedgie. I'm not like, I'm getting the heck out of here. So I literally moved to the side. So they ended up just looking like they were dancing with each other. It was quite funny. I'm like, this is too much. I'm like, I don't mind dancing with the younger guy, but I'm not interested in the older guy. I don't want his body near me. You know, I can't stand older guys' bodies near me. I just really can't. They just repulse the heck out of me. And so, you know, I have learned tonight I definitely need to be with younger guys. It's no good me trying to change things on the dating sites and put about older guy, because I'm getting guys now coming through some of the time, which I just don't find aesthetic attractive. They're too old for me. In my mind, it's like dating my dad. Not literally, but you know what I mean. And I just can't stand it. I know the birth certificate age I am, but I'm nothing like it. I'm like 20 years younger than my birth certificate age. Do you know what I mean? I just like am. It's like I'm a young girl in older birth certificate age. Like, people are like girls in guys' bodies, and guys are, you know, like are in women's bodies. You know, you're in the wrong body. You know, you're a different gender. But for me, I'm a young girl in an older birth certificate age. Do you know what I mean? I can't do anything about it. I can't change my birth certificate age. I can't magic and wish it wasn't, because, you know, it is what it is. But I just have to be myself, you know, and I find it really difficult because obviously a lot of people don't understand why I like younger guys, but it just is the way it is. And I've tried to like older guys, you know, and I can like some even older guys romantically to a certain extent, like in their 30s, but I just can't, when it comes to physicality, I can't imagine myself really doing stuff with them close. Not enough. Maybe a cuddle, maybe my hands through their hair. But full on getting on top and snogging them, I can't. I can only imagine that with a younger guy. I'm only comfortable with younger guys. I'm obviously meant to be with a younger guy. And so tonight, it was a real eye-opener for me. Eye-opener for the realisation that it's absolutely true. I can't deny it. I like younger guys. You know, I'm the equivalent of a sexual cougar, but in the asexual sense. Because I'm not interested in having sex with younger guys at all. If I was going to be physically close to someone naked, though, it would be a younger guy, not an older guy. I can't stand older guys' bodies, naked bodies. I don't want to see a naked body, but if I was seeing it, it'd be a younger guy's body, you know, in his 20s, not older, you know. And I prefer a younger guy that doesn't really age very much, that always kind of looks young. So yeah, I think it's really hard. Like, you know, I know I came across a guy on an asexual dating site, and he liked women that are like 20 years plus younger than him. And obviously it must be hard for him as well to find a younger girl, but it is possible, because I've got a friend who's 58, he's asexual, and he's got a 22-year-old asexual girlfriend. So, you know, that can work. I have never had that bigger age gap before, because I'm not obviously that age. I'm a lot younger than him. But it works for them, you know. He's met her in person now, because they hadn't met before. I think they've met up today as well, yesterday now again, and he's meeting some of her family, and I just think that's amazing. You know, true love doesn't know boundaries where age is concerned. You know, true love is true love. You know, but I just have to listen to my heart more. You know, I've been out in an older environment. My best female friend, she's not asexual, she's older than me, quite a bit, but she does look younger, but she likes older music and stuff. And I just don't want to be in that environment with those older guys anymore. I can't stand it. It's not my soul. Do you know what I mean? I think that on the other side of fear is happiness. And I think that you have to be really true to who you are in life. You can't deny who you are. You know, loads of asexuals have all different things they like in people. You know, I happen to like younger guys. I really can't help it. It's just who I am and who I was born to be. I mean, I didn't know that years ago. Years ago, I did like a guy who's a similar age to me or older. And then my last long-term ex, he was 3.5 years younger than me, but he looked so much younger. He might look like 10 years younger than he actually was. So I guess that probably is why I'm used to a younger guy, because he looked so much younger than he was. And he permanently stays like that pretty much. And so I'm used to that, you know. And I was with him for 8.5 years, so I'm used to being with someone who looks younger and who I guess acts younger. And you know, I guess I want an asexual guy. You know, I'd love to get a younger asexual guy for me. I think it'd make me really happy. You know, so long as he was mature enough to know what he wanted. That's the only thing about liking younger guys, is a lot of them aren't mature enough to know what they want. They haven't discovered life yet. They're still finding out about the world and themselves. But then older guys are sometimes no better. Like the older guys that I've been interested in, they don't know what they want either. They have not got a clue what they want. And it's like, well, if you don't know what you want, it's no good to me, is it? So to me, it doesn't really matter what age they are. It's all like to do with the mindset and to do with you know, the person, the individual person. You know, I need to know that I'm going to be with someone who knows exactly what they want and they want me. Do you know what I mean? So I don't have to worry about it. I'm certain they want me, you know? But I think I will meet the right guy. I'm having some more younger guys come up now, which is nice, because I've opened it up to British guys, because obviously, you know, the experience with that British guy this year who's 23, nearly 24 at the time, although, you know, the guy wasn't right for me in the end, he wasn't asexual, it did prove to me that I could possibly be with a younger British guy in his 20s, because I was really comfortable around him. I was really comfortable kissing him, really comfortable physically with him. And I did feel right to be with a younger guy in the age difference sense. It felt really good. You know, so I liked that part of it. And, you know, that bodes well for the future, because at least I know it's possible I could be with a younger guy. And it was nice tonight to actually be able to dance a little bit with a younger British guy. And even like younger foreign guys, you know, they were a little, at one point they were dancing, but not close to me, which was really nice and respectful. Actually, I liked it, you know. But obviously I am older than some of them there, and they do, I think, notice that. But I think they get a bit worried, because they're like approaching me, they're not sure if I'm gonna like a younger guy. But then the younger British guy, he really understood. He's like, oh yeah, baby, because they like older women, some of them. And he's like, oh, this is good, I like her, like, let's carry on. Do you know what I mean? But obviously I'm not sexual, and a lot of people there will think I am. So, you know, I think it's you know, there's always an asexual equivalent of any type of sexual, really. Do you know what I mean? There's always sort of like, you know, there's like a bisexual, and then the asexual equivalent is biromantic. There's pansexual, and the asexual equivalent is panromantic. There's heterosexual, the asexual equivalent's hetero romantic. Pansexual, the opposite of that would be aromantic asexual. You know, and it's just like, but you can get panromantic as well, you know, which is kind of the asexual equivalent of pansexual, but, you know, without sexual attraction. All of the asexuals are romantic, or you can have an aromantic version. You could have a pan aromantic person, or a bi aromantic person, or a hetero aromantic person, you know, as in aromantic person. You know, bi, hetero, homo romantic, or homo aromantic person. So, you know, for every type of sort of sexual person, there's an asexual variation. I guess I'm the asexual variation of a sexual cougar. You know, it's just like, I like everything about younger guys apart from the sex stuff. I'm just not interested in that. It's not, you know, but I like feeling physically close to them, but with my clothes on, you know. And so it was really good for me tonight to go back out, to be with guys my own age, as I call them, you know, in their 20s predominantly. That guy though was older. He was just very, very strong. I didn't like that. Had to make it really clear to him in the end I was not interested in having his body close to mine. I don't want him body, you know, near my butt. I don't want his crotch near me. I'm just not interested. It makes me repulsed. And I know he really damaged his ego, but tough luck, innit? But you know, it was a lot of foreign music on tonight. It was really, really good. I enjoyed myself. You just have to keep your wits about you, you know. And the good thing is about me, I don't drink alcohol. So because I don't drink alcohol, I'm always sober, so I was very aware of what's going on around me constantly. I've also got a lot more energy than a lot of the people there because you know, I don't drink alcohol and I just have an abundance of energy, so I can just carry on dancing. And they're quite surprised at the end that I can carry on having all this energetic dancing. And, you know, they can't really, you know, they can't keep up. Or they weren't too bad though, tonight's crowd, actually. They were quite good. They were quite vibrant, energetic, even towards the end. Yeah, it's a really nice crowd, I think. The people were quite nice in the majority of the time. You know, even this younger guy was giving me a hands up, you know, like high five, which was really nice. So, yeah, all in all, it went quite well. It's a little bit boring sometimes when you dance on your own. It's kind of nice to have someone to dance with sometimes, but not the highly sexual guys, and especially not older, because it just feels so uncomfortable to me, you know? It's like I'm not interested in that. You know, I know loads of women might be, but you know, loads of women probably would really fancy him if they were sexual, but this older foreign guy, I'm just not interested. And I can't, you know, I think I pity the woman who gets with him because I don't think sex with him would be very good. I think he'd be very probably aggressive, strong, and pinning the woman down. That's the impression I got from him. I don't like guys like that. I can't stand them. You know, it's bad enough him trying to push me to dance with them close, and I wasn't having it. I just can't be doing with it, you know. You have to just like leave these people, just push them away. It's the only thing you can do. So, or walk away and go around the other side, you know. But I was trying to show him I'm not interested. But I like kept moving away from him. He didn't get the message, so I had to make it clear because he held his hand out, and then I thought, okay, reasonable hand, as long as there's space between us, and then he just like pulling me towards him, and I'm like, ugh, no, absolutely not. So I think it's very different when you're an asexual cougar. I really think it is, you know. It's like you look at the kind of like you do look at the age, you just think I just can't be with an older guy, you know. It's like I'm not my birth certificate age. I really feel like I'm 20 years younger than my birth certificate age. It's just like laughable. It's not who I am. Do you know what I mean? It's not who my soul is. And I think it's really important to be true to who you are, no matter what people think. You know, your soul is your soul. And if you don't pay attention to it, it suffers pain, neglect, loss, upset, tears. And life is way too short, you know? I mean, I'm sure a younger guy's going to be really happy to be with me because I think we'll just have such fun together because I like really young stuff. And I think he'll like the fact that I've got some life experience, which will make him asexually turned on, as in he'll be like really interested in my life, you know? I've got a lot to bring to the table with a younger guy because I've got all the intelligent stuff, the business side to me, and then the fun teenager, kid side to me. So I think, you know, like if there was a guy who was mature for his age in his 20s and he knew what he wanted and he was like heteromantic like me and we got on really, really well, like best mates, bestest friends and so on, I think it could really work well, you know, even if he was British. And so, yeah, I look forward to my new life restarting again under the premise that it's got to be a younger guy, you know, has to be a younger guy. I just can't be with an older guy. The just thought of it makes me feel sick. And I'm quite glad I've come to that revelation now, you know. I just am. I don't even know whether to keep early 30s on my description now for my dating sites because I opened it up to early 30s, but you know, I don't know. I mean, there was a Chinese guy I spoke to recently. He was asexual and he was early 30s, but he looked a lot younger. So I guess I wouldn't have been talking to him had I not opened it up. But you know, I don't know if I could kiss him. I don't know if I'd want to. And I mean, he's not right for me anyway. I know that he's not. He's a lovely person though. I really think he's a nice person, but he's on the aromantic spectrum, which isn't really good for a romantic like me, is it? It's no good. But he's an absolutely adorable person. But I don't know if I could kiss him. I mean, we don't really know each other, you know? I haven't thought of him in that way as such. I have thought about stroking his hair. I have thought about it'd be nice to be in a relationship with him because he seemed a really nice person. We had quite a lot of similarities, but I'm not sure about the kissing stuff. When he talks older as well. Like when I was a kid, when I was young, it's like you're only early 30s, 31. You're not old. But yeah, I guess he's older than me in the sense that I'm like 20 years younger than what I really am in birth certificate age, you know. So yeah. Anyway, it's been very insightful night. I think you've got to face your fears head on though. I think if you're an extrovert like me, asexual, or you just love dancing, you've got to get yourself out there. It is scary a bit, it's anxiety inducing a bit, but I think you have to push through your fears and you just have to go for it and know you can handle anything that comes your way. Because at the end of the day, if you don't, you'll just stay at home, and that's no good if you want to find a relationship, or you want to actually just improve your social skills. Do you know what I mean? It's not gonna staying indoors is not gonna help you. It just means that you're staying indoors, you know. I mean, I'm not going to go out all the time. I haven't got the money to go out all the time. It's just nice, like once in a while, once a month or something, to just go out and do some dancing. It feels good, you know, once or twice a month, maybe. I just think it's really good for my soul, you know. It's nice to be around younger guys. It's nice to be around foreign beat music. And I just, you know, want to encourage you to get out of your comfort zone, you know. I know there's some people who watch this channel who are socially awkward, but the only way you get over being socially awkward is to put yourself in situations, social situations that feel awkward to start with, to reverse the awkwardness, if you know what I mean. You have to practice being in social situations. It won't get better else. I know that's quite frightening, but it won't. So you start off small by socializing with one person, then two people, then three people, you know, and that's what you need to do bit by bit. You know, you only overcome fears by tackling them head on. And, you know, it's people like, there's asexuals that I know and they're like, oh, I haven't had a boyfriend or a girlfriend before. And it's like, well, they're like, oh, I've got no experience. But the only way you get experience is by having one. No, if you want to sit all your life and say, well, I've never had one, therefore I can't have one, that's no good, is it? Because you're never going to have the life experience and knowledge until you try it, to know if it's right for you or not. I'm not telling you to just pick anyone willy-nilly, but if you think someone's right for you and it feels good for both of you and you both think you're right for each other, then go for it. You know? Because you only get to learn through experience by having experiences. And it's really sad if you have to break up from people. At the end of the day, if you don't break up from people, you just stay with one person all the time, and you're lucky if you find a good person for you. That's great. But if you don't, it's better to move on than stay with the wrong person. And each time you have a relationship, you do learn something, even if it's maybe not great, you know, you do learn something. Like I learned by being with that British guy, even if it's only a couple of weeks relationship, which you could laugh at that. You know, I learned that I would like to be, you know, possibly with a younger British guy. It was nice. The age was nice for me. It's good. It felt right, you know. It's like I could be physically close and I didn't have to worry. I could be very physically close and I wasn't upset about it. I wasn't in pain about it. I wasn't repulsed by it. I wasn't backing off. I was really enjoying myself, you know, being with a younger guy and cute and cuddly together and kissing loads. I just think it's great, and that's the type of relationship I want, you know. So if you're holding back, if you're fearful, I know how it is. I get anxiety myself still, you know. Tonight before I went out, I was really anxious, and you have all these things running through your mind that I'm asexual. What if something bad happens sexually? The fear that if a guy comes onto you, or like the guy tonight I had that was really strong, but I just kept saying in my mind, you're safe, you can handle everything that comes your way, you're brave, you're strong, you're courageous. And that's what you have to do. You have to kind of keep saying positive talk to yourself whilst you're going to where you need to go, and whilst you're putting yourself in that situation. You have to constantly center yourself and say, if anything happens unexpected, you can deal with it. Because I didn't expect that older bloke tonight, but he was very strong. I did think he might be strong. He's got very strong grip, but I managed to get out of it. Because you have to be careful. There are security guards there anyway, so I could have yelled if it got too bad. But he didn't like it because I made a scene on the dance floor. Really, I went, no, like this, and he was quite embarrassed, I think. But it was his. He shouldn't have been pushing me when I tried to make it clear before that I wasn't interested. He shouldn't have been pushing me. So I don't feel sorry for him. He's just going to go with his tail between his legs home and then try it again with another woman the next week. So I don't feel sorry for him. But you've got to get out of your comfort zone. You can't stay just not growing yourself, and the only way you grow yourself is by facing fears and pushing through your anxieties. The only way I've got better with my anxiety is by facing anxiety, by putting myself through some anxiety, because the pain's worth it, if you know what I mean. If I know that I can go out more, I can go dancing with younger guys more, I can be in an environment that feels better for me, that nourishes my soul more, then it's going to be better long term. Even though at first, because I haven't been out for ages on my own as a single girl, I haven't been out for months on my own dancing. I've been with people, and it's been to older music usually before, and so well, not always. There's a little bit of like younger music I've danced. When I went to see my friend, there was a DJ on, but that was like at the end for like a short time, so that was nice. But it's just so good to be around younger people again, because where my friend lives, like all the residents, they're kind of much older, they look older, they act older, and it reminds me of when I was a kid. Like when I was younger in birth certificate age, I was so much older. And the type of feeling, it's just like me going back to when I was literally a teenager. And I'm like, why am I going backwards in my life? I should be going forwards. I'm young now. I'm not that old girl anymore. I'm the young girl, So why am I going back to that life? It's like I've lived it, and I don't like it. I don't want it back again. It doesn't feel good to me. It feels like I'm just going backwards to the old Sandra that wasn't happy, that was just in an old environment that's old before her time, and the guys are just like old pervy, and I don't like it. Last time, like, oh, this bloke likes you. I mean, he's so old and got problems, I think, and it's like, no, I've had enough. I don't want that environment anymore. I want to be around young people who just feel much better to be around to me. I don't mind being close to them. Don't want to be around older guys. So yeah, face your fear head on, tackle it head on. Don't be afraid to do things and try them, because you never know. It's good to get out of your comfort zone, and then you can learn and grow yourself. That's the only way we do things, is learn and grow. Sometimes I do things and they're risky a bit, and it's pretty scary at first, but you have to get out there and just do it. Some people look at the world very black and white sometimes. I know I do that as well. But sometimes people look at the world in a sort of normal way, like, oh, you can't do that. Like conventionally, it's okay for an older guy to like a younger girl that's like 20 or more years younger than him. But if it's a older woman liking a younger guy, it's kind of still frowned upon by society. It's like, why? It's the 21st century, for goodness sake. And there are younger guys that like older women, just like there are older women that like younger guys. They are out there. So you just got to, I've just got to find the right one for me. And it's going to be great when I do. So yeah, push through your fears, face them head on. I know things are nerve-wracking in life, but you've got to just go and try them sometimes, and it does feel as an asexual cougar, it feels strange and weird and not good when an older guy, who I wouldn't usually go for, like a guy above his 20s, you know, like in his 30s, comes close to me. It doesn't feel good. No, I don't like it. It's too old for me. So it's not just the sexual stuff I battle with being around. It's the fact it's coming from older guys. I just don't like it. I'm thinking, is this what, because this guy's older and I'm older, he thinks that I'm going to be interested in him? It's like, it doesn't work like that. I think that's why the younger guy was surprised. The younger British guy's like, oh, she likes being close to me. Oh, yes, that's great. Do you know what I mean? And so, you know, like if I go more regularly, people get to know that I like younger guys, I guess. So that'll be good. Anyway, until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. Like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you found it useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, then like I said, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live and I post a new video. I will be doing another Asexual Perspectives Awareness video later on tonight for a live stream. I apologise for cutting Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month short by a day. So I'll be doing that one tonight. And yeah, have a great evening, great night, or early hours of the morning now. And I will literally see you on tonight's live stream now. Till next time, embrace your quirky and each other, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.